Clap your hands, y'all, it's alright.
As long as I got you, baby.
Clap your hands, y'all.
You can never have too much cocoa.
That looks strong. Okay, so I folded it in. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. You join me back in the kitchen. Today I thought I would film a bit of an experiment. I'm going to try and do like Mocha marbled cupcakes. I tried this at the weekend doing like chocolate and vanilla, and there's things I wish I had done that I'm going to do in this one, and try and spice it up and make it like marbled with coffee and chocolate and see if it works. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, so first up I'm going to make a quantity of like plain cake mix. This cake recipe makes about 18 cakes, so if I start by making a plain vanilla...
It's not vanilla, I'm not putting vanilla in it.
A plain sponge cake, and then I'll divide the mixture and add the different parts for it. One thing you do want to do first though is preheat your oven and boil the kettle for enough, because we're going to make like an instant coffee shot, but it has to be cooled. So yeah, I'm going to do that first before I make the cake so that it's cool in time. Okay, so for the coffee part, I've just got a mug and I'm going to use just normal instant coffee. I've got the Nescafe. I was tempted to use the Little's French vanilla, but I think it's going to be too much mixed in with the like marbled with chocolate, so I'll probably do that another time if I make just coffee cakes. 1 teaspoon, a heaped teaspoon, and just putting that in the mug with a tablespoon of boiling water. And then leave that to cool and dissolve. Ooh, it smells strong. Here are all the ingredients. I'm going to weigh them all out. I would film a time lapse, but I feel like they're always boring, so I'm just going to weigh them all out and then I'll be back in a minute. I thought this was excellent time to turn the camera back on. In the bowl I will show you. So I've got the most important thing to remember with these cupcake recipes is that it's equal quantities of flour, sugar and butter. So if you just stick to that ratio, then you can't really go wrong. So I've got 4 ounces of flour, butter and sugar. This is stork, and 2 eggs, and I'm just going to whisk that up, and then I'll show you the rest in a minute. My plain cake mix, I'm going to split this as best as I can, so I'll leave the 1/2 in here and then 1 in another bowl, and then I will start assembling the 2 halves of the cake mix. Okay, so I have the 2 portions of cake mix. This is going to be my coffee one and this is going to be my chocolate one. It's really important when doing this to remember to use 2 different spatulas. So this one is for the white bowl, and this little one from Ski On, which is so cute, is for the smaller bowl, which is going to be my coffee one. That's a fun fact for you. So I'm going to do a tablespoon, or should I weigh out half an ounce? No, I think I'll do it by eye, but I'm going to sit it.
You can never have too much cocoa powder.
Okay, so now it's time for the coffee one. I just realised I used the electric whisk, so I'm going to have to fold it in. I think this coffee's cool enough now, so I'm just going to literally add it in and fold. That looks strong. Okay, so I've folded it in, and you can see it's sort of curdled slightly. That can be one of two reasons. Firstly, the eggs are too cold, or the coffee is too hot. But this happens quite a lot when I bake, and I never find it affects the cakes in any way. So just persevere with it. So I'm going to move over to another side because this is getting messy and small, and we'll start assembling the cakes. These are my weapons of choice. Teaspoon of each in each cupcake, and then I will show you how I marble them. It's pretty easy. Don't know why I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but we move on. Okay, so I stopped filming for a second just because I was getting a bit panicky about how to actually do this, but I think it's going to work. So what I am doing, I shall move you along, is doing a teaspoon of chocolate and then a teaspoon of coffee, and then just going around like that on this tray, and then I'm leaving these just in case I mess up, and because I think I've finished the coffee. I think I've made more chocolate than coffee, so these are going to be like my good Instagram worthy tray, and then the others can be just like whatever's left over. Speaking of food, like Instagram, I have a food account called Food with Becca with an X, so you should definitely follow that as well if you aren't already. And the reason why I haven't done this until the end is because I want to make sure that I've got enough coffee and chocolate in each cupcake, because in my last video, was like the vlog, I made the cupcakes and then we ran out of like the plain ones, so they just ended up being chocolate cupcakes, so I didn't want that to happen again. I really should stop waving this around. So I didn't want that to happen again, so I'm going to just literally swirl them round. I'll show you, it's probably easier. So simply get your skewer, I can't really see what I'm doing, and just sort of swirl it, not so it's mixed, but just swirling it around like that. I think that's marbled, we'll see. This is the exact reason why I didn't put all the, swirl it one at a time, because I found one here that's slightly lower than the rest of them. So what I'm going to do is just top it up with a little bit of chocolate, because I haven't really got any. Oh, I could scrape the bowl out and we'll see. just put a little tiny bit there. I don't really know if you can see me, but we'll go with it. And then a little bit there. And then just swirl them as best you can. Like that. Now I think they look pretty cool. We'll see. Okay, so now they're done, I'm just going to move them to the side, and then what I've got left with like the chocolate mix, I'll literally just put these in here, simple as that. I might be able to get a little bit of coffee out of this bowl, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'll be back with you in a minute. So what I'm going to do is put these in the oven for 15 minutes and check on them. They normally take about 15-20 minutes on 180 degrees, and then I will decorate them later when they cool down. I'm really proud of these. Yay team!
Yay!
Anyway, these are going in the oven now. So I left the cakes to cool, and it's now the evening, hence why I'm in my dressing gown. I'm going to decorate the cakes now. I'm thinking of doing like a coffee icing, because we've cut one of the cakes in half and they do look a little bit marbly. I'll show you. They're not as good as I had hoped, but they don't taste of coffee enough, so I think I would have put 2 teaspoons of coffee rather than 1, and more chocolate probably. But they're still nice. It's just I'm a perfectionist, so they're going to annoy me. I'm going to try them, but I'll try and do them again. So yeah, I'm going to go and ice them now and then bring you along with me. My bake with me. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. Bye guys.
As long as I got you, baby.